Good evening to all my wonderful viewers out there, and welcome back to another Streetwear Talk video, the series where I cover the latest streetwear releases, the latest streetwear news, and of course in the series I just discuss anything to do with streetwear or fashion. Now in today's video we're going to be covering everything to do with a collaborative release. We're going to be covering everything to do with the release between Palace Skateboards and CP Company as they collaborated for week 8 of Palace's Spring 2025 collection. Yeah, you heard me right, guys. The very iconic Italian, I guess, luxury sportswear brand or upper class sportswear brand, CP Company, collaborated with Palace for their Spring 2025 collection. The 8th weekly drop is when this release dropped, and I wanted to cover the release details, the editorial, the individual pieces, and my thoughts and opinions on the collaboration as a whole. How we're going to cover all that is by using a Hypebeast article. We'll head on over to that article now and we'll start covering the release details for this collaboration. So here we are at the Hypebeast article that we're going to be using today, guys. It will be linked down in that description section below if you want to check on the items yourselves. But we'll quickly cover those release details for this collaboration and then we'll dive into the editorial. So the release released on, let's have a look, the 28th of March 2025. Released in the flagship stores for CP Company at Milan, Palace, Seoul, Tokyo, and Shanghai, as well as Palace's online stores and physical locations in London, New York, LA, Tokyo, and Seoul. In addition to that, there's a very special Palace CP pop-up that was hosted exclusively at Dover Street Market, Paris, which I'm not anywhere near, between the 28th to the 30th. So if March 28th is a Friday, that means it also would have released on the Saturday on the online stores for Asia, but for Friday it would have released in the in-store locations in those various regions there. So if you have any further questions about when and where it released, drop them in the comment section below. Happy to help you out the best that I can, but the 28th of March seems to be the general date that it was released, with some stores having longer release times or different online release times as well. Let's check out models rocking the collaboration and see what we actually got in this Palace Skateboards meets CP Company Spring 25 capsule. Well, to start it off with, we have this first image of the collaborative bucket hat featuring the very iconic motif of CP Company, which is their goggles, normally seen on the beanies and the anoraks and shell jackets they have, but this time done on a bucket hat. And hopefully they are UV protective, because I'd hate to be looking up at the sun and this just absolutely blinding you. But it's a sweet photo, isn't it, to kick off this editorial. And the colors that they've chosen for this piece is quite nice as well. Very versatile, I'll say. Looks like we've got Lucy and Clark. Can't really determine what piece is actually collaborative here, but I think it's the jacket because I see co-branding on the zipper there, I think. We'll keep pressing on. The bum bag, that's collaborative as well. Maybe the jeans, we'll have to see, but black color. Most likely your typical materials for a shell jacket for that. It doesn't look like anything too crazy. Seems okay. No crazy branding. Nice silhouettes being chosen so far. It's nothing. Yeah, I mean, bucket hat. I like the patch, how it's done with the zigzag stitching to make it seem, I guess, more authentic or more, I guess, down to earth or handmade in a way. It's a nice touch for sure. Okay, so we do have some denim releasing in this collaboration. Looks like we're getting a jacket with a font style very reminiscent of I want to say the same font style used on military bags, you know, I guess jackets and things like that. That font definitely reminds me of some torn up duffel bags from World War II that have things printed on them, you know, just stamped on or painted on. That's what at least the typography reminds me of. but I think that's very fitting for CP Company's image, and it works quite well in this collaboration. So I don't have any major issues with what they've chosen there. Okay, good that we got another shot of this jacket, because I was like, is this just like a typical denim jacket with an interesting headpiece to it? But here we get another shot of it. It's more typical of the silhouettes that CP Company would definitely choose, but also Palace chooses from time to time as well. Done in a denim material though, which isn't very typical of CP Company. I don't think of denim when I think of CP Company, so I guess that's where the Palace lens is coming in on this collaboration. I'd love to know how that, I guess, hat works. I don't know. I'd be interested to see, because it looks inside out with the material facing outwards, but the goggles also facing forwards. So I'd be interested to see how that's kind of done. But I assume on the inside of this jacket, that same material that's on the hat continues, so you keep yourself insulated and nice and warm. But again, assumptions when I'm looking at this editorial. There's the jacket zoomed out. Cool. Maybe the hoodie is just inside out on purpose. I'm unsure. Or maybe they've just done that in a stylistic way for this lookbook. Unsure. But there's a collaborative t-shirt, co-branding on the front. Nice old-timey looking graphic. Can't complain. This is nice. Striped shirt. That same typography featuring across the back there. It's nice. It works with the image of CP Company. It feels authentic to, I would say, both brands in a lot of way. It's working quite well. It is on the front. I actually would have liked just the small hit on the front, but it looks like they've done it on both, on the front and back. Here's the same jacket again, featured in a different color. Or no, maybe it's a completely different jacket because the buttons are different. Or maybe this is the jacket inside out. I have so many questions and I don't know if I'm going to get answers to them when we look at the individual pieces. But I mean, this jacket looks almost inside out here. So maybe it's the previous jacket just inside out. We'll have to see. Here's a different jacket featuring a kangaroo pouch looking pocket and potentially some horizontal pockets as well. Looks like a Sherpa kind of material as well. We'll have to see. It's not a Sherpa material, more of like a cotton traditional sweatshirt fabric. Yeah, I mean, the panels are nice, the colors are nice. Nothing I can really fault it on. Like, it's nice, but it's going to be like, I suppose the one thing I can fault it on that I know is going to be a guarantee is the price tag, because this is a CP Company collaboration. So it's going to be ridiculous money. Ridiculous money. Another shot of the jacket. I will assume the pants are also in the collaboration because it's unlike Palace to just release the jacket. I feel like they would also release the pants and maybe a hat. It would be very out of character for them to do that. Either a jacket or an overshirt. It's showing a lot of design choices of a jacket, but it does look very thin, so it might just be a shirt. But man, it's so hard to tell with the photo that we've got here. It's obviously comfortable enough for old mate here to go to sleep. Just my thoughts. Here is the jacket again. Nice. They really like to show this jacket. And maybe the hoodie is a part of the collab as well. If not, they just really like showing the jacket. I'll say because there's the design choice down here that copies this, that the pants would also be part of the collaboration, like I was saying. Here's a knit sweater. Very strangely done though. Look at how this is done where it's stitched here. Be interested to see like a full shot of that and see how that kind of looks. It looks very long too, but I don't know if they just wore like 3 sizes too big for this guy to give it that kind of look, or if this is how it actually comes as a very, very long piece. I don't know. Here's the same jacket we saw before, but in a different color scheme, in a cream color. Looks okay. I like the tessellation looking I guess design on a lot of the arms, the buttons and the pockets and stuff. Makes me feel like I'm going outside in these pieces, and these are also photographed outside, so it's all working out quite nicely. Here's the collaborative jacket again for like the 9th time. I swear to God, if this collaboration is just 7 pieces and I've just seen this jacket so many times, that would be a pretty wild case, but I guess we'll see moving forward. Nice tag in the center there. I mean, that's branding they've used in past collaborations as well, so nothing really new there, but yeah, looks fine. Here we've got that jacket we saw before in the black, in the very washed out fabric that it has. Cool. And we've got the striped shirts, which I like the front graphic, but combined with the back graphic was a bit too much. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're really showing off the denim piece. I feel like they spent a lot of time working on that denim piece, and now they really want to highlight it here. It's cool, but I hope there was actually a lot more to this collaboration than just that. So all the pieces looked fine. They all looked like they worked well together. The editorial made it seem like it was all pretty cohesive, but I'm interested now to see the individual pieces to kind of get an idea of like what we actually got. So let's go check out the individual pieces and see how that shaped up. So to start it off with, we have the graphic shirt that we saw on that photo where the guy was sitting down. It wasn't really exposed like this. It was kind of popping out underneath a jacket. It looks fine. The graphic's fine. The fit looks okay. I mean, I don't have any issues with it. I hope there's not a huge back graphic because it's a big one on the front. But it's looking like it's just on the front. Good. I just want one or the other. Either one big one on the front and nothing on the back, or one on the back and nothing on the front. Don't double up, please. Comes in some colors that I guess a lot of CP company fans would really like. I think the white one is the nicest. Okay. Simple graphic t-shirts to start. We move into the striped t-shirts. Yeah, the big logo on the back just makes it feel like a prison uniform. I think I just needed it on the front. I think we needed it just on the front. Yeah. It's definitely feeling that way. I mean, the colors are nice. They've chosen very nice colors here, but the double up makes me feel like I'm at CP Palace prison for life. I think this is the knit sweater that we saw before. Yeah, with the interesting like sewing. It's sewn not exactly on the line of the fabric, but slightly in. You can see the stitching slightly in, and then it's left an overhanging piece of fabric. Interesting choice. CP Palace across here makes it look like another piece of fabric. Then it's not here. It's very interesting how they've done that. And like two collars as well. Double up. Interesting design choices there. It's actually a really nice sweater. I would have loved it if we could remove the co-branding though. If we just had it as a sweater like this, maybe just had it as a really small branding hit on like the sleeve, it would have been a really tasteful piece with subtle details that would have been interesting. But it's just like, boom, streetwear collab. And here's your big brand logo, which is a bit of a shame. Wow, it comes in this lovely color too. It's the back hit is too much. Then we move to the jackets. Okay, so only two of them for this. Remove that logo, and it's a very lovely piece from this collaboration. Now moving into the jackets, we have that jacket that we saw before. We actually saw it without the hood on before, but here it is with it all on and all together. This looks fine. Quarter zip or probably half zip almost, with heaps of pockets for everything that you need. Looks comfy, good color choice. Looks like tightening details down the bottom as well. Yeah, in as much as I had issues with the CP Company Palace one, this one with its material choices and design choices made me feel like it's something that someone at a harbor would wear bringing in their boat. And in that feeling, having this logo on the back makes it feel like it actually suits the piece, or at least the placement of the logo here feels like it suits the piece. But maybe I'm just going crazy and feeling that way about this piece particularly. Comes in a variety of different colors, or just another color. Looks fine. It looks more like a sweatsuit, I should say a sweatshirt versus like your traditional shell jacket or anorak like they would do. And I think that's where we move into here, where we actually get to those types of jackets, which I do have to highlight. I like the tessellated design choice for pieces of it. I think that's a very nice way of approaching it, than using solid colors in between. Here's the inside of it, the back of it. See, this just makes me annoyed because it shows that you don't need to have the logo on the back of it. I mean, the logo is on the left breast on the front, but I prefer that logo design than having the logo across my lower back like it's some kind of tramp stamp or something like that. I wish there was consistency across this collaboration by having no branding on the back, like this piece. But no, I guess on the pieces that they couldn't slap the small logo like this on, they had to slap a huge one on the back of it, which makes no sense to me, I suppose. Again, highlighting the same design choices. I like them here. The logo on the back makes it quite nice. Okay, so here we have this is where I was struggling to determine if it was a jacket or a shirt, but it looks like a jacket silhouette done in a very thin fabric that made me feel like it was a shirt. But yeah, look at that, like very minimal branding, just that patch. Nothing on the back. More of this would have been really nice. You know, the washed out fabrics and the fabrics that CP Company chooses and charges you an arm and a leg for, and then with some like hints of streetwear flair that isn't just huge logos, but cooler design choices like different materials or I guess silhouettes that are popular in streetwear over sportswear. You know, we could have chosen some things. Ooh, but that contrast dip was not the right choice. I feel like we probably could have balanced that in some way by having the contrast detailing on the edge of the pockets or sleeves and collar in some kind of manner. But maybe I'm just a terrible designer. Not that I am one. Yeah, the jacket's nice. It's a nice piece. Then we have this big boy. Jeez, this would weigh a lot, especially even if they've chosen like a denim that's only 14 ounces or slightly heavier. This would weigh so much. It's got all that detailing to it. No lining in the on the inside, so it's not going to keep you insulated and warm. The branding does look nice on the back of it because it's done in like a lighter color, which just, I guess, more complements denim, unlike the previous pieces. That hood, I don't like it that it's an opposite fabric because it draws so much attention to it, but I can understand why they've done that, probably for that exact reason, to draw more attention to it. I'd probably wear it without the hood, but then it just kind of feels like a half-baked CP Company Palace denim jacket in a lot of ways. Oh, but that does look really nice. Maybe I just backtrack on everything I just said there. I like it without the material. The external material and goggles, if I could just have it like this, now that I've actually seen how it looks like, this does look a lot nicer. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Of course, the pants, we got the pants as well. The pants are really nice. They've done really well with these denim jeans, actually. Oh, I didn't even realize we're getting shorts. Very typical of sportswear shorts to be so short. Is this like 3 or 5 inches of inseam here? Mate, you're gonna have those thighs exposed in this collaboration. Look out for that. But it is a nice pair of shorts. Minimal branding, nice color choice, authentic to CP Company, sportswear brand. Nice colors. Ah, of course, the bucket hat I've already forgotten about. Yeah, I mean, this is nice. This is fun. It's different. It's great to see a hat more associated with sportswear, so authentic to CP Company, but also keeping the iconic motifs of CP Company, which is their goggles, of one of many things, of course. So yeah, I think it works quite well. Cool. Yeah. On the bum bag, of course. Yes, the bum bag we saw. Interesting, it only comes in one color, black. I thought it would also come in the cream, but very typical of Palace to have a matching hat to the rest of the ensembles. So I was quite surprised not to see, if there wasn't going to be any hats, I was going to be quite surprised to see that. So I'm glad that Palace stayed true to its traditional releases and included a hat here, because like I said, it's very typical for them to do that. And it feels very Palace to have the full ensemble. So I'll give them points for that. But all in all, I like the color choices they've chosen for all the pieces. None of the pieces look overly horrendous to me. I do wish we could remove some of the big branding on quite a few of the pieces though, because I like the material choice, the color choice, the silhouette choice. It's just the logos. And I really appreciated this like tessellated design that makes it look like a rock on certain parts here. I think that is really nice. I think it does look really cool. These jackets with the patch logos were definitely better than these with the back logos, but I will say that, and then also go praise the denim piece, which has, I think, both, if I remember correctly. Yeah. All in all, yeah, nice color choices, good silhouette choices. I like the fabric choices, assumably. I mean, again, I'd have to actually hold them to get an even better idea, but just on look, they look fine. It's not horrible, it's not amazing. I think it definitely speaks to both brands, so it achieves what it has to, I guess, in that regard as well. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this week 8 collaboration. Is it a hit for you? Is it a miss for you? Do you like this collaboration? Let me know down in that comment section below. And that is everything to say about this week 8 collaboration, guys. It released on March 28th, 2025, released in various different locations. We covered the editorial, the individual pieces, and my thoughts and opinions on the individual pieces and collaboration as a whole. I want to hear from you guys if you picked up anything from this collaboration. What did you grab? Did you grab some of the jackets, maybe a hat, maybe just a shirt? Let me know what you picked up down in that comment section below. And of course, if you guys want me to keep covering upcoming streetwear releases and news, you've just got to give me the 3 indicators I always ask you for, which is a like on this video, a comment in that comment section down below, and if you haven't already, the best indicator you can give me is to subscribe to the channel. As mentioned in previous uploads, we're trying to hit the subscriber milestone of 3,970 subscribers before the end of August. Hopefully with your guys' continuous support, we'll be able to reach that milestone before the end of the month. But that is all the details covered about the jacket. I will probably cover it again in not jacket, but collaboration. That's all the details covered about the collaboration. I'll probably be looking to cover it all again in a drop list video, just to see if there's any seasonal pieces as well. We'll see what the prices are as well. It's going to be an expensive collaboration. I'll be keen to look at that with you. So until the next Palace video, until the next CP company video, until the next Streetwear Talk video in general, I'll catch you later.